Stream. I'm Brad Edwards. We appreciate you being with us today. A new study finds that over 50% of users of the app Tinder are already in relationships. You know, Tinder, swipe right, swipe left, like, not like. That's more than 50% on a singles app are already taken. This while more and more singles have turned to apps and swiping to find their future mate. Here to suss it out and what's that mean and more, and importantly, who's who on these apps, Stef Safran, dating expert, and she is with Stef and the City. Stef, first of all, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So, Stef, I mean, 50% of users per one study on one app already in relationships. I mean, did you believe that? And like, what are the signs that, you know, you're potentially being catfished or at least lied to when you swipe right on someone and match?
Well, first of all, you have to realize a lot of people suffer from FOMO, fear of missing out. So you have a lot of people that once they are on the apps, even if they meet someone, they don't necessarily want to get off because they're worried that their partners might still be on the apps and maybe they're looking too desperate by going off and thinking the relationship's more serious than it is. Or maybe it's going to jinx it.
That's a lot of good insight there. And you know, because you are an introductionista, a matchmaker, if you will. So, Stef, why do people in relationships, or not in relationships, or mainly in relationships here, that's what we're talking about, why do they seek out dating apps? You mentioned a couple reasons. Maybe they just don't go off them. But is that just where everyone now goes, is the apps? Or do you get to a point in life where you're like, okay, this is not working, blind dates are not working, you know, my mom meeting her coworkers' friends not working, let's just try the apps. Is apps just where it's at now in the dating world?
Unfortunately, I'm going to say that the pandemic actually made the apps more popular because a lot of your in-person events then became unavailable. However, we've become too reliant on the apps as a substitute for assuming that in-person contact is not relevant to meeting people. And we're in an Amazon Prime era where we think that everything is instantly accessible and we can just Amazon Prime that person to go on a date with or be in a relationship with.
You're totally right. I mean, this has turned in more to a psychological conversation, but you're right. I mean, some people almost use it as a default for like they're in a relationship just because they're talking with 5 different people via text or communicating with them via different apps. So how about some safety tips for dating app users? Like if you're on Tinder, do you ask a person to verify on Instagram so you know they are who they say they are? But then it's like, oh, it's a little too close to home, you know, because if you end up going on a date, not liking said person, and they have your Instagram, like how do you verify, if you will?
Well, first of all, you have to understand if someone has a profile that is too good to be true, the picture's so good, and, you know, all the things they're saying is, you know, that they are the perfect person for you. You have to be wary of anyone who's trying to love bomb you and wants, you know, everything that you say, they magically match up. The other thing is if somebody is going to contact you and they're saying, oh, but I'm in another country and I'll be here, and oh, I can't talk to you on the phone and I can't do this video. So if someone's not willing to show you who they are, literally by the video feature on these apps, or even using the phone, which you can use Google and get a free voicemail to keep yourself anonymous, something's really wrong. And if somebody gives you that sob story to get money temporarily, stay away. Stay far away. It's on, you know, it doesn't matter if you're young or old. People will catfish people for various reasons. And money, of course, is one of them.
Yeah, maybe that's part of my problem. People think my bio is too good to be true. I do like that. We've learned something new today. Love bomb. I like that. So I feel like if 50% of people on one app are already in a relationship, in a lot of cases, it's almost a lie by omission, meaning they don't put that information in their bio. They don't overtly say single. They just don't say anything. So is it recommended, do you recommend if you match someone out of the gate, you say, hey, are you single? Are you real? Like just bang, put it out there. Is that how you do it?
Well, then you're dating on the defense instead of the offense. And what if the person is real?
Yeah.
There's no substitute for spending time to get to know somebody. The problem is a lot of people, like I had said before about the Amazon Prime, the quick fix. So there have been people who go on these dating apps, they go on a date and they find out this person has children or this person's in the middle of a divorce. And unfortunately, even in my business, it's not much different. I have to make sure that people are officially divorced before they work with me. And so you really have to get to that point where you only invest a short amount of time before you meet somebody in person. Okay. You meet only in a public place. And you don't give too many identifying details where they can figure out where you work or where they can find you. And not everybody is on Instagram. So it's coming down to, meet them in person, but also have that conversation before you meet to make sure that you're not being catfished. Yeah. Because if you are that uncomfortable talking to somebody, talking, how are you going to move to the next step? Because everything else, Alexa off, everything else is going to be, it's going to be a challenge when people are not willing to have these conversations on a repeated basis. Just because the person's single, just because you say you guys want the same things in the future, it doesn't mean these conversations aren't necessary. If that was the case, nobody would be divorced.
Right. Defensive dating. That's another good one. Takeaway. Love bomb, defensive dating. So when, give me a couple red flags to look for if, this knight in shining armor or, this mirage is in a relationship. Like what do you, when do you cancel on a date? Give me a couple triggers. Like if this says this, kind of, you said too good to be true, obvious, right?
Oh, well, if they're too good to be true, but if somebody, if somebody's not willing, there's certain times that they're not willing to be on the phone with you. Where they're not willing to meet you after a certain amount of time. You're not meeting their friends. You're not meeting, you're not getting any information about who this person is other than kind of a reflection of, oh, I'm going to be that person and we want the same things. You really have to get to know somebody and, who they are in their daily life. And if they're not really willing to give you much information and stay incredibly vague, that's definitely a red flag. But also, if you can't find them after you've started to get to know them on some form of social media, they're not on LinkedIn, they're not on Facebook, they're not on Instagram, you can't find anybody to connect with, that can be a little concerning because we're down to 3 degrees of separation these days.
Yeah. So I'm a dating failure. I want to throw in one last question to you. I'm always like, so if you do swipe, if you do meet up and things go well, I'm kind of like, if the iron is hot, you got to strike again, strike quick. Like, you got to keep things going before, you got the dog with the swiping and the squirrel, you're swiping and you find something else. Is there a rule you have of if it is right, how quickly the follow-up needs to be?
Yeah, first of all, I'm going to stop you. You're not a dating failure. Everybody who's not in a relationship is on the apps for for a reason, and they are seeking out love, even if they're looking for 10 or 20 different people to validate them.
Right.
So your goal is to, get into a conversation and schedule a time to meet within a week. Okay. And then you're only looking to go on a date for 60 to 90 minutes of time. Okay. You are not going to have these 3-hour conversations before you meet via text. You really have to focus on just remembering that it's just you're meeting this person to see if you click with them, not if they're going to be a long-term partner. Okay. And then you just have to enjoy your time and not look at it as a failure if it doesn't work out. It's just unfortunately part of the process.
Remarkable insight. We're going to have you back on again sometime soon. Stef Safran, Chicago's introductionista. Thank you for joining us on the stream. We will see you again very soon.
I look forward to it, Brad.
Okay. Thanks for being on with us.